Hey everyone! In this video, we learn about one of the most useful tools in programming, the while loop in C. Loops help us repeat tasks easily without writing the same code again and again. Let's understand how while loops work and how we can use them in different ways. Try writing variations of this program yourself. Maybe print patterns, countdowns, or number series. And if you want to practice each loop concept individually, head over to CodeChef. It's your perfect place to strengthen your C basics.
Let's learn about while loop. The while loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true. Before every iteration, the condition is checked. If it's true, the loop runs. If false, it stops. The syntax is while, condition, and the code. Next is the infinite loop. An infinite loop never stops because its condition always remains true. It's useful in programs that need to keep running continuously, but it can also happen by mistake. The syntax for the same is while one and the code which runs forever. Next is the forward counter loop. A forward counter loop counts upwards until a limit is reached. It's used when we know how many times we want to repeat something. The syntax for the same is int I is equal to 1, while I is less than or equal to the limit, and the code to execute. Next is the backward counter loop. A backward counter loop counts down from a starting number to a limit. It's perfect for countdowns or reversing sequences. The syntax for the same is int I is equal to start, while I is greater than or equal to the limit, and the code to execute with the decrement counter. Next is the step increment loop. A step increment loop increases a counter by a fixed step value each time, like printing every second number. The syntax for the same is int I is equal to start, while I is lesser than or equal to the limit, and the code to execute with I plus or equal to step value. Then we'll talk about the step decrement loop. A step decrement loop decreases a counter by a fixed amount on every iteration. The syntax for the same is int I is equal to start, while I is greater than or equal to the limit. The code to execute and I minus is equal to step value. Next up is while with multiple variables. You can also use multiple variables in a single while loop. This just lets you update and check several values at once. The syntax for the same is int a is equal to start1, b is equal to start2, while a is lesser than or equal to the limit and b is lesser than or equal to the limit 2. The code using a and b with the increment and the decrement. Next we talk about break statement in while loops. The break statement stops the loop immediately when a certain condition is met. The syntax for the same is while condition, if there is an exit condition, and break. And finally we talk about continue statements in while loops. The continue statement skips the rest of the current iteration and jumps to the next one. The syntax for the same is while condition, if then there is a skip condition and then it continues. The code is skipped and the continue is executed. Now let's look at an example that will combine all of the concepts that we learned in a singular code. Like always, we start by including the standard input-output library for printf and scanf functions. Then we declare the main function where program execution begins. Then we declare 5 integer variables. N stores the input limit value, I primary loop counter, j secondary loop counter, sum stores cumulative sum, and count stores count value. Now the next line reads an integer from user input and stores it in the variable n. This will be our limit for demonstrations. So suppose we put our example input as 10, n will be equal to 10. Now next, we start with our while loop structure. So this prints header for the basic while loop demonstrations.
Now I is equal to 1 is initializing counter to 1, that is our starting point, and then while loop condition, while loop continues as long as I is smaller than or equal to 3, which is considered true. Now our lines 13 to 15 prints current value of I followed by a space, and then the next line increments I by 1, so I plus plus is same as I is equal to I plus 1. Then next line closes the while loop body. Now print backslash n prints a new line character to move to the next line. Now our next we start with our forward counter loop, which prints header for forward counter demonstration. Now I is equal to 1, it resets I to 1, which is a fresh start, and then the loop continues while I is smaller than or equal to n, where n is equal to 10 in our example. So it runs 10 times. So I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. Now in line 21, loop continues while I is equal to greater than or equal to n, that we can see. Now next line prints each value of I from 1 to 10, increments I each time. Now we talk about our backward counter loop, which prints header for the backward counter demonstration, and then we initialize I to n. I is equal to 10 here again, we remember in our example. Now in the next line, the loop continues while I is greater than or equal to 1. So iteration 1 is I is equal to 10 and 10 is greater than 1, so it is true, and similarly it continues to 10 iterations. Now the print line prints the current value of I. So I minus minus decrements I by 1. Basically it means I is equal to I minus 1. So the output when we run this will be 10, 9, 8, 7, till 1. Next concept will be of the stepped increment loop. So here again the header and the initialization of I to 0, and then you can see that loop while I should be less than or equal to 10. So I plus is equal to 2 means I is equal to I plus 2. And the values will be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So all the output similarly will be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now the step decrement loop. Again we start with the header and the initialization of I to n, which is 10, and then the loop while wherein I is greater than or equal to 0. So I minus is equal to 3 means I is equal to I minus 3, where decrement by 3 is happening here. So the values become 10, and then it becomes 7, then it becomes 4, and then it becomes 1, because then you are minusing like 3 out of each the values. The next would be minus 2, which fails the condition of I being bigger than 0. Now let's talk about while with multiple variables. We initialize two counters here, I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 10. So here the while loop continues where I is less than or equal to j. So the iteration becomes, the first iteration is I is equal to 1, j is equal to 10, where I is smaller than or equal to 10, which is true. Further iterations go on till it becomes false, where it becomes false in the sixth iteration, where I is equal to 6 and j is equal to 5, and I becomes greater than j, 6 becomes greater than 5, that is, so it becomes false and then it exits. Then the next line prints both I and j values, and increment I goes up and decrement j goes down. They meet in the middle, so the output when we run it becomes I is equal to 1, j is equal to 10, I2, j9, I3, j8, I4, and so on. Now next we have the break statement. Again we initialize I to 1, and the while loop would normally run from 1 to 10. Now the next line of I is equal to 5, it checks if I is equal to 5, it breaks immediately, exits the while loop and jumps to the next line where the loop stops even though I is smaller than or equal to n, which would be true. Now on line 72 onwards you can see that it prints I only if break wasn't executed,
The values are 1, 2, 3, 4. When I is equal to 5, the break executes before printing. So the output when we run this becomes 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now next is the continue statement. We initialize I to 1 and the loop runs from 1 to 10. It checks if I is divisible by 3 and the remainder is 0. So for I is equal to 3, 3 is equal to 0 becomes true, and similarly I is equal to 6, again remainder is 0, and I is equal to 9, again the remainder is 0 and it becomes true. So from lines 82 you can see that increment I first is very important, and then it continues to skip the rest of the loop body and jumps back to the condition check on line 81. Now it only prints I only if the continue wasn't executed. It increments I and the values printed become 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 and 10. It skips 3, 6 and 9. Now we come to the infinite loop. Here we have the header and initializing sum is equal to 0 and count is equal to 1. Then we have the infinite loop where condition is always true and without a break this would run forever. So next line we add count to sum. Sum is equal to sum plus count. So iteration 1 becomes sum 0 plus 1 1. Iteration 2 is 1 plus 2 3, and similarly we go up to 5 iterations where our sum becomes 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Now this checks if sum exceeds n, 10 in our example. So when sum is equal to 15, it exceeds n and it breaks the execution. This is how we escape the infinite loop. So now it only prints the count value after the loop exits. So the output becomes a sum exceeded n at count, which is equal to 5. So the sum explanation becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 15, which exceeds 10. Next is the combined example of multiple variables with break and continue. Here we initialize I with 1 and j is equal to 10 for final demonstration. Then we have the infinite loop, which demonstrates concept 9. Now we break I exceeds n, which demonstrates again concept 7. This is our exit condition. Now you check if I is even, it is divisible by 2, and it increments I and it decrements j, and now we continue to skip the rest of the loop, and even numbers won't be printed. So it prints only odd values of I with corresponding j, and I increments by j, j decrements by 2, demonstrates multiple variables, which is concept 6. So now we can trace all the outputs, and we'll complete the program with return 0 and run this code. Our input was 10, so let's add that. Now you can see that the output here for basic while loop, forward counter, backward counter, increment step, decrement step, and various other concepts that we have learned today is here. You can check, go to the CodeChef compiler, you can go to the website and check on your own. You can practice all these concepts separately and run your own program, try your own code with your own variations. The more you practice, you will be better at it.
That's it for this video. Now you've learned how while loops make your programs repeat tasks efficiently. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next one.